Today we've got an update on what's next for Fallout Wasteland Warfare, right after this. Hey everyone, Sam here from the Tabletop Hub, your one-stop shop for all things tabletop, and there's been a bit of an informal info drop regarding Fallout Wasteland Warfare thanks to the folks over at Modiphius. Now, as you may be aware if you're keeping up with the game, Wave 3, or the aptly named Synth Wave, has just dropped for the game, and if you haven't already picked up your models, you can do so at the link down below, and doing that helps out the channel, so thank you if you do choose to do so. So now that the initial releases for the wave have dropped, Chris Birch at Modiphius has taken a moment to give a general update, and he started off by giving an update on the long-awaited robots and cynics sets, and rest assured they are furiously in production. In fact, one of the factories is solely focused on the production of the Fallout faction sets, which is pretty crazy, but I'm not surprised given the sheer demand that those sets have seen. But one potential change that may come later down the line is the actual material that the miniatures are being made out of. You see, Elder Scrolls Call to Arms is the next big tabletop game that's going to be released from Modiphius, and the miniatures for that game are going to be primarily made out of high-impact polystyrene, and if Call to Arms sells well, they may consider changing future releases of Fallout to the same material. Now, I don't think this is anything to worry about. The high-impact polystyrene has apparently come at a huge investment to Modiphius. I'm just hoping that if Fallout swaps over to this material, it doesn't up the cost of the actual miniatures. As for any quality change, I don't think that'll be anything to worry about. I'll be getting my hands on Call to Arms at launch, so that'll be a perfect time to see how this material holds up and what its durability is like as well. Content-wise for the game, Chris did say that James Sheehan, Wasteland Warfare's designer, is hard at work creating two big narrative gameplay box sets that they'll be revealing more details on soon, and I'd say it'll be pretty soon that they release more details on this, because Chris did say that they're hoping to get these sets into stores by the summer. Now, Chris was sure not to give away too many details on these box sets, the old cock tease, but he did let slip that one of them will include the ability to have a persistent crew gradually improving from mission to mission, which has been a big request in the community, as well as the option of having legendary enemies. Either way, it's great to see more content coming to the game aside from miniatures, and I'm looking forward to what James comes up with. By the way, James, if you're watching this, just slide into my DMs, man. Give me a little hit of whatever you're working on. It's okay. I can take it, James, okay? Just let me see. Let me have a wee taste. Little taste. I won't tell anyone. It's fine. Just me and you, man. As for imminent releases, Chris did say that in late January, early February, we'll see two objective marker sets hitting retail, which just have hit retail actually, followed in February, March time with the next waves of supporting releases for the Institute in the form of more Super Mutants, Brotherhood of Steel, and Survivor sets. Speaking of Super Mutants though, John Webb at Modiphius actually gave us a little sneak peek of some of the Super Mutants that we'll be getting our hands on, thanks to a sneaky image he teased us with on the Wasteland Warfare Facebook community group. Aside from that, the long-awaited Enclave faction will be dropping onto our irradiated tables, along with the chunky yet deadly Frank Horrigan miniature in the summer. Now, there may equally be an intact Vertibird model released at the same time too, if deadlines and production schedules allow. Unless Chris was actually joking about there being an intact Vertibird model, in which case, don't joke about these things, Chris. You're talking to miniature addicts here. You know how many people I've shanked to try and get my hands on a Liberty Prime model? We don't mess around here, Chris. Anger and shanking aside, Modiphius had tested the water by releasing a 3D STL file for a Corvega so people could print it at home, and that seemed to go down really well actually from what I've seen in the community, and Chris has said that that's something they're planning to do more of over the course of the next year. I assume they'll stick to terrain when it comes to this kind of thing, but we'll have to wait and see. They may surprise us. Aside from that, a crashed UFO model, the Mirelurk Queen, more enemies, and perhaps some vault-related terrain are all on the cards for this year, which is shaping up to be a super exciting and jam-packed year of content for the game. Between this and the new Elder Scrolls Call to Arms game, I'm actually really excited to get stuck in and play, and I hope you are too. But folks, that is all the news I have for you today. Thanks so much for spending time out of your day here on my channel. If you want to get your hands on Fallout Wasteland Warfare and support the channel here at the same time, why not check out the Tabletop Hub store in the video description. But until next time, have a great week. I'll speak to you all very, very soon.